Appearances are deceptive. Karaikalan, who ascended the throne at a very young age of 5, ruled the Choja Empire for a very long period till he breathed his last at the ripe old age of 85. Renowned for his unquenchable elan for war and for ambition to bring all other neighboring kings and chieftains under his control, he proved to be not only a valiant warrior but also a competent and just ruler. No rogue ever escaped punishment, and never was an innocent victimized in his court. Thus sang the court poets of his day. Legend has that when Karaikalan was still in his teens, a strange case was brought to his court. The complainant, a middle-aged traveler from faraway land, entered the court like a whirlwind. He was followed by another young man, but the former looked apprehensively at the teenager seated on the throne. "I doubt whether the king will be able to solve my problem, for he is too young for such knots," the traveler said in a loud tone. "Rest a while, weary traveler. The old wise man who would sit in judgment over your case is on his way. I will go now and send him within a few minutes," said the boy king. While the courtiers looked askance at the king, the latter, with a mischievous smile lingering on his face, left the court. Anxious minutes passed. The tapping sound of a walking stick attracted everyone's attention. To their surprise, they saw an octogenarian staggering his way to the court. He was hunchbacked, and not a hair was seen on his head. His drooping mustache and his long flowing beard were grey. His lower jaw quivered. While every courtier wondered who the old man was, the latter moved towards an unoccupied chair and sat in it. The presence of an old wise man filled the traveler with hope. With a great sense of satisfaction, he addressed the old man thus: "Wise man, I have brought a very strange case to your court." The old man, with a sway of his hand, motioned him to proceed with. "I am a traveler, and have visited many a country. Last night, I rested in a temple approximately 30 miles away from your court. Today, at dawn, when I was about to mount my horse, a tired and haggard-looking man approached me and said, 'Sir, I am a weary traveler. My horse died on the way. May I ride with you as far as the market square, where I can buy a horse?' 'Why not?' said I, taking pity on this young man standing beside me. I made him sit behind me and rode on. When we reached the market square, I asked him to dismount. To my surprise, he refused and shouted at the top of his voice, 'What? Must you not try to cheat me? Is this the reward I deserve for helping you to reach this place?' Stupefied over the cunning of this rogue, I stood still. Meanwhile, a crowd had collected. This fellow told the crowd, 'This horse is mine. I carried this gentleman from the suburb to the market square. Now look at his knavery. He refuses to dismount.' I heard someone in the crowd propose, 'Why not go to our wise judge?' And so here I am. I want my horse back, and this knave deservingly punished." The old wise man stroked his beard in a thoughtful way. Looking at the accused, he asked, "And what have you to say?" "Nothing, sir, except that the horse is mine and this complainant is a liar." The judge beckoned a servant and told him to lead the horse in question to the royal stable. "Would you be able to recognize your horse when it is amidst other horses?" asked the judge. "Certainly, sir," replied the young man. "I have known my horse ever since it was a colt. How can I ever fail to recognize it?" asserted the traveler. The judge then led them to the stable. There were more than 25 horses. The traveler was given the first chance of pointing out the horse in question. He instantly did it. The young man too pointed out to the horse without any difficulty. The judge then returned to his court, and his verdict ran thus: "Though the traveler and the young man pointed out the same horse, The horse certainly belongs to the young man. When he approached, the horse turned its head and stretched its neck towards him. That's how horses behave with those familiar to them. But when the traveler approached the same horse, it turned back its ear and lifted one hoof. That is how they behave with strangers. Hence the young man will get back his horse, and the traveler shall get 25 strokes on his back with an oily can. No sooner was the verdict given, the middle-aged traveler fell at the feet of the judge and cringed to reduce the number of strokes. No, cheats must be deservingly punished, and for underestimating the judging capacity of king, you will receive 25 strokes extra. So saying, the judge removed his wig, false beard, and moustache. He then threw away his walking stick and stood erect like a warrior. Everyone's eyes opened wide in wonder and awe as they saw King Karaikalan emerge out of the old wise man's claw.